Hello students, I welcome to your science class. This is second part of chapter 7, air. In our previous class, we have studied about different properties of air, and today in our this class, we will study what is inhalation, exhalation and about air pollution. I request you to please open your book page number 68. Now first we'll study what is the composition of air. Dear children, air is a mixture of several gases. It contains mainly nitrogen, that is 78%, 21% of oxygen and 1%. It contains other gases, dust particles and water vapor. Now we will study about what is inhalation of air. Take a deep breath. Now what do you feel? You feel that you are taking air inside your body. Now this process of taking inside air is called inhalation. We take in oxygen from atmosphere and give out carbon dioxide. The process of taking in oxygen from the atmosphere is called inhalation. All living beings, including human beings, inhale air, and this is a very important process in every human life. If we don't inhale air, we will not be able to survive. Now what happens to the oxygen that we inhale? This oxygen is inhaled in lungs and it is absorbed by the blood in our body, which reaches to each and every cell of our body for proper growth and development of our body. Now exhalation of air. Now children, as we have studied that we take in air, and then what happens? This oxygen, when it mixes with our bloodstream, reaches to each and every part of our body. Then it combines with the cell, and then what happens? Carbon dioxide is formed and it is exhaled from our body. Okay. Now this process of taking out of air from our bronchial tubes is called exhalation. Now you'll ask a question, ma'am, that what is bronchial tubes? These are tube-like or pipe-like structure inside our body which help us to take in and take out air. Okay, now we'll come to another topic, that is air pollution. Children, just now we have studied that air is very important for us because without oxygen we cannot think to survive. Now then, what happens if the air gets polluted? Polluted here means contaminated or mixed. When the air gets mixed with substances that it should not be mixed with, or actually those particles that should not be present in air. So when the gases which are harmful for living beings, such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, dust particles and sulfur dioxide, this type of gases and particles, when it mixes with air, it makes the air not fit for breathing in, and hence we call that air gets polluted. Now then, how does air gets mixed with all these poisonous gases and dust particles? Basically, air gets polluted due to the presence of smoke that is emitted by various factories and automobiles. There are other sources of air pollution also. The first one is when we burn any kind of fuel like coal, wood, kerosene, petrol, and diesel, smoke is produced. This smoke is not good for our health, and when this smoke mixes with air pollution is caused. Similarly, when automobiles run, they also mix with air some harmful gases. This makes the air polluted. Another process is smokes from the factories, as we have discussed also. When these factories byproduct is formed and in form of smokes, this smoke is very harmful, because when we breathe in the smoke and dust particles from the factory, we get infected by various diseases, especially lungs diseases, that is very dangerous for the human being. Now when you go somewhere, you will find that when there is a heavy traffic, a lot of vehicles are running, then you will find a lot of dust comes in the atmosphere. When you breathe in these dust particles, then what will happen? These dust particles, they just get accumulated in small holes or small pores inside your lungs, and it will be difficult for you to breathe in. So this dust also causes air pollution. Now, decaying animal and plant matter in garbage. Now you must have seen heaps of garbage lying near roadside. This garbage contains decaying matter. Decaying matter means that is already of new use, and now when it is decaying, it is producing some toxic gases that smells, that you will not feel like smelling it, that type of gases it produces, and that is also one of the major cause of air pollution. Children, you must have also observed when you are sitting with a person who is having cold and cough, then you will also feel like sneezing, or even you will get the infection of cold and cough. How it happens? Actually, the germs from the infected person through air gets transmitted to a healthy person. The healthy person also gets infected due to the germs present in air. So when germs, bacteria, and viruses are present in air, this is also a cause of air pollution. Now we'll study about the effects of air pollution. What are the effects of air pollution? Till now we have studied that what were the sources of air pollution and what is air pollution. Now what happens when air is polluted, how it is harmful for the human health? When you come in a polluted air, you will feel that your eyes are having irritation and redness in your eyes. This is a major effect of air pollution. You will also feel difficulty in breathing. Sometimes you may feel like sneezing, coughing, and you will feel as if something is stuck in your throat. This is called choking sensation in the throat. You will not be comfortable in breathing and coughing. So all these symptoms are effects of air pollution. In major cities where pollution is very high, you will find people suffering with all this type of problems. Now, what are the means of controlling air pollution? How can we control air pollution? Air pollution can be controlled when we use smokeless sources of energy. Now, what do you mean by smokeless sources of energy? Children, in earlier days, you must have seen that your grandmother must be using what kind of a stove to make food. She must be using wood, or she may be using coal to make food, but we don't use it now. We use LPG. LPG does not produce any kind of smoke, which is very good when we talk in context of air pollution. So LPG is a smokeless source of energy. Nowadays, factories, they install very tall chimneys, so that what will happen if the chimneys will be very tall, then the smoke will not come towards downwards, and people will not be infected, and adverse effects of pollution will not be felt in the people who are living nearby those factories. Another way of controlling air pollution is by using less vehicle. We can restrict the use of vehicle. How? Suppose if we are going to school, then instead of going to school by your own vehicle one by one, you can hire a public transport, or you can go by bus. In that case, what will happen, that you suppose 50 students are going to school from your locality, then 50 vehicles will not be used. Only one bus will do the work of 50 vehicles, and hence fuel will be used less and less air pollution will be done. Another way of controlling air pollution is by growing more trees. How trees are helpful in controlling air pollution? See, what does a tree do? A tree gives out oxygen and absorbs carbon dioxide. Oxygen is very good for air. We breathe in oxygen, it is life giving air. But carbon dioxide, when it is more than a given amount, then it is very dangerous for us. These trees, they absorb carbon dioxide and convert it into oxygen. Hence, they are very helpful in controlling air pollution. We should also not decay animal and plant matter, because this also contributes to air pollution. Various methods you should be used for recycling this plant and animal matter. How can we use? We can use the plant and animal matter to make manure, so that it is very useful for us also. We can put it in our garden or in our farms, and hence they will not cause air pollution also. So here I end my video, children. In this chapter, just to conclude, we studied about what is inhalation, exhalation, and about air pollution and measures to control air pollution. Thank you, children.